Welcome to 4 Ingredients today. You guys gave me 4 ingredients last week. Awesome ingredients, by the way. Not so much awesome for my family, but awesome for me. So let's go over those 4 ingredients. And I'm a little late on this. We weren't feeling very well in the house. So sickness went around. Sickness is all better now, and now we're all back ready to go. Anyhow, the 4 ingredients I got. I got Thousand Island dressing. Awesome ingredient. Rice. Awesome ingredient. Those other in the house do not like this ingredient, but I do truly like this ingredient. What I have here is I have diced mushrooms. I have white mushrooms and oyster mushrooms in here. All diced up and ready to go, what we're gonna do. And the last ingredient, another ingredient it's half like and half don't like in this household. Good old shrimp. Now I've peeled and taken the tails off these and taken the poopy trail out. So we're gonna get started here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make bang bang shrimp and mushroom risotto to go together. And you know what I just realized I don't have in my house? I don't have any fresh parsley right now, which the risotto is gonna kind of miss. But that's okay, we can still do this. Anyhow, so why don't we get this puppy rolling? So we're gonna turn our stove on. We're gonna add a little olive oil, and I don't have the olive oil here. Olive oil straight from Israel. We'll dump a little of that in there. That pan's heating up. We're going to throw in a little bit of chopped garlic. I'm going to cheat, it's already chopped. And we're going to throw in some shallots in the pan just like that. We're going to let those heat up. This is where magic of TV, things will cut away and I'll reappear sauteing. So we're going to keep this stirring up here. Well, this is starting to sizzle dizzle. We're going to throw in our mushrooms. We want we're going to make risotto for about 4 people, so we're going to want probably, I'm going to say 2 good handfuls of mushrooms. That looks good. Should I put it on the rest? No, I shouldn't, because that'll offset my timing. So we're going to get the sauteed, all this stuff sauteing in the pan. Now, this is not a traditional risotto or how to make it. Gordon Ramsay would not be proud of me, but for you to get the quickness of it and the texture and the smoothness, this will work. It's just not a traditional risotto. Now you can dice the mushrooms a lot smaller than I did, so they're about that big. The reason I made them big is because I have a family in the house that doesn't like mushrooms. They'll try my rice, but they won't eat the mushrooms. So the bigger I make them, the better it is for them. And the same thing for your families too. Like if you chop it nice and big, they can pick it up. But you still get a nice flavor in it. Now, once that stuff starts to sizzle down and the mushrooms get some color, you're going to want to add some chicken stock before we add our rice. Just a little bit. You just want to wet the pan a little bit. Just like that. And then we're going to take 3 cups of rice and we're going to add it to this. And day-old rice works best. There's 1. There's going to be 2. Yep, there's 2. There's 3. So when we get our rice in there, we're going to start stirring that around. You're going to break it up because the day-old rice is going to be a little sticky. That's okay. Now this is just all process here. You want to give it time and let it mix itself up and let it suck that water up till it's dry. When it's dry, when the pan's dry at the bottom, you want to add in another cup of liquid. So we're going to add another cup of liquid in here. So 1 more cup of chicken stock. or broth, whichever you want to use. And we're going to put that in there, and we're going to stir it around And again, we're going to let this rice and in here soak all that liquid up. So we're going to let it cook around. And we'll let that cook around. We're going to get a half a cup of wine ready to go in for the next batch. So we're going to take this, and I'm just going to, there's a little, on my cup measure, there's a little line that says half cup. So I am going to fill it the half cup. I have that ready. And that's probably all the wine I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put the rest of the chicken stock in here, but no, not any more wine. And again, when cooking with wine, do not buy cheap cooking wine. Use the good stuff. I stated it a lot. It's just, if you're going to cook, make sure you use the good stuff. You don't want to use stuff that's old and, well, no one wants to use stuff that's old. Now when this liquid starts to cook down, you're going to see it cook out a little bit. We're going to add some cheese. And for the cheese today, we're using Romano. So we're going to need about a half cup in here. That's about a half cup. That down in there. Stir that all around. The liquid and the cheese and then soak that up. Once that's all liquid soaked up again, you can see the bottom of the pan. No, move this spoon aside. Nothing comes through. You're going to go ahead and add more liquid to that. So we're going to add our wine to it now. We're going to stir that in. Stir or steer? I wonder which one it should be. That's a good question. While we're letting this cook down, we're going to leave this right here like this will cook down. We're going to get our shrimp ready for the Bang Bang shrimp. And all you need for this is cornstarch. Lots of it though. Now you can use a Ziploc bag, a little easier if you do. Oh, oops, and now I'm spreading cornstarch everywhere. That's really not good. So you're going to use about half this container, and I have about 22 shrimp in here. You can use any size shrimp you want. We're going to dump half this container in here. There we go. Now we're going to use a spoon. We're going to mix it all together. And just keep stirring it around until the shrimp get nice and covered. And that's it. You're going to leave the shrimp in the baking powder so they can soak up any water that's on the outside of it and really coat itself. So now we'll set that aside. Well, that's sitting aside, soaking in. We're going to give our rice a little stir. And it's coming along nicely. And now we're going to add another half cup of Romano cheese to this. As you can see, my measurements are not exact. And while this is going, traditionally I would make a nice sauce for the Bang Bang shrimp, but I have to be creative in this sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some Thousand Island dressing, just like this. Oh look, there's a safety thing on it. I hate these things. I don't know how the rest of you feel about them, but I can never get them off.
And I'm not going to use my teeth today, because this is, we kind of discussed it with the teeth on here. Let's see if I can get it off.
You always want to make sure you keep that rice going. Stirring around, soaking up that liquid. So we're going to take about a cup of this Thousand Island dressing. That might be more than a cup, but. And then, if we want to add a little zing to that, I have in my household some Thai roasted red chilies. And I'm thinking for that, I'm going to add about, I'm going to say half teaspoon. Keep it half teaspoon, but just like that. We're going to add that into there. And that's it. I think that should be good to give it a good zing. I'm going to take the Mighty Mighty One mixer here. Stay. Drop the cup of water in our risotto. Get that stirring around. We're going to let that cook down, and we're going to add another half cup of cheese to this. This might be a little more. I'm a little heavy on this one. Trying to get that creaminess in there. It's looking good. It's looking good. My two assistants are down here. Let's see if that was enough to add to this. It was not enough to add to that. So we're gonna make that a whole tablespoon now. Well, because that wasn't enough, we're gonna add another one. We're going for spicy. Into Mark, who gave me this wonderful ingredient, which if I was making burgers it'd be great, but we're making never double dip. I'm gonna use the back side of the spoon now. Ooh, that's good. That is very good. Rice is getting some good color now. Get that going. It's beautiful. Just beautiful, he said. So this is where you gotta keep that rice just moving around. Just keep it moving. And now we gotta stir up our shrimp again so they don't get too clumpy. We'll take them on a plate in a second and then we'll get them in the deep fryer. Right at you. Deep fryer. Wish I had one, but I don't. Now, you can use a spoon to stir them up, but when you go to pull them out, the best thing to do to pull them out would be to use a fork. So you're just gonna grab them, pull it, lay it on the plate. Shake it a little bit, and on the plate. I'm using my hands. We got some oil just arrived, so dogs barked. Yeah, you can use a fork, but your hands are a lot better. Okay, so we're going to take that, step that aside. So let's keep that risotto to the side, and we'll get our shrimp going now. We're going to go ahead and throw the shrimp right in the fry daddy over here, which is a 2-quart pan with water in it. Well, water, oil. We'll drop that shrimp right in. Be careful when you drop the shrimp in. No one likes to get burned. So that's dropping in there, cooking. We're gonna get our plate ready to put the shrimp on. So we're gonna take 4 full-size paper towels and wrap them over like that. We're gonna throw them right on the plate. While that's cooking over there, let's get our plate ready on our dirty cutting board. Because this is real TV, or video, or I don't know what to call it. We'll lay our risotto right in the bowl here. There we go. Dash that with a little parsley around the edges. Perfection. Our shrimp should be done. Oh yeah, that shrimp is done. Nice light coating. See on the edges. So we got our shrimp done. We got a risotto plated. Now we're gonna put our shrimp on that thing and be all set. And then I'll bring in, I guess, two taste testers. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna take my fork and I'm gonna poke the shrimp. I'm gonna dab it in the sauce and lay it on my shrimp, lay it on my risotto. And we're gonna get 4 shrimpies. Oh, my wife was asleep, everybody. I must be that boring.
Oh, shrimp. You're eating shrimp.
Okay. You guys can each try this. I'm gonna step behind them because I don't want to see their faces. Because
I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat shrimp.
I will. Let me guess, someone likes mushroom risotto. How's the shrimp?
There's mushrooms in it.
Yeah.
You definitely taste the 1,000-ounce dressing. It's not that spicy. It could be more. If you
Okay.
go for spicier shrimp.
I like the risotto without mushrooms.
Do you really? Because I'm thinking you went back in twice. So
She's picking it up.
So they must be good. I tell you what, right? It looks like the meal is
Risotto's good.
so. He likes it. She's picky, so she's Anyways, like and share. Don't forget to come back next week because next week we're going to do California rolls.